slots?
Are you saying that because he's a sloth he can't be fast? I found Zootopia anyone could be anything. Flash, 100-yard dash. Buddy, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
Hey, Flash, I'd love you to meet my friend. Darling, I've forgotten your name.
Officer Judy House, CPD, how are you?
I am doing just
Fine?
as well as I can be. What
Hang in there.
can I do
Well, I was hoping you could run a play.
for you
Well, I was hoping you could.
today?
Well, I was hoping you could run a play for us. We are in a really big hurry.
Sure. What's the plate
29T.
number?
29THD03.
Two, 9,
THD03.
T,
HD03.
H,
D03.
D,
03.
0.
3.
Here
Yes, baby. You're
you
HD03.
go.
It's registered to Tentertown Limo Service. A limo took Robertson and the limo's in Tentertown. It's in Tentertown.
We're gonna hustle, bud. I love you. I owe you.
Hurry. We've got to beat the rush hour. It's night.
All right, good morning. Welcome to Western Hills. Morning. We're glad that everybody is here today. Uh-oh, hello, test, 1, 2, 3. I don't think I'm on.
Be patient, they'll get you.
You be Oh, you're hilarious. Hilarious, guys. You're great. You're great. But anyway, we are glad that you are here. And if you're visiting with us, you're an honored guest, and we appreciate you coming. Today we are going to talk about waiting. But today is National Hugging Day. National Hugging Day. I'd like for you to stand up for just a moment and go hug somebody, and we'll get started in just a second. Give somebody a hug.
I don't know what the deal is.
You might just have to go with Mike. I said, do that.
Just preach off that bottom,
Yeah.
off the podium. Tell him to preach off the bottom.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. That worked out very well. Susie, I meant to give you a hug. I apologize, baby. Microphone problems, but we are glad that everybody's here. But we've been talking the last few weeks about actions that Christians are supposed to be a part of, and we've looked at some verbs, and we've talked about how Christian can be used as an adjective. That we have Christian T-shirts and Christian concerts, but Christian is also a noun that we can attach verbs to. And so a few weeks ago we looked at how Christians do, and Christians love, and Christians submit. Today is Christians wait. So the tough question today is, what do you do when there is nothing to do? We all struggle with patience. And the church said, we all struggle with waiting. I know that I do. In James chapter 5, is our text. And James says this, be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and spring rains. You too be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near. Don't grumble against one another, brothers and sisters, or you will be judged. The judge is standing at the door. Brothers and sisters, as an example of patience in the face of suffering, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord. As you know, we count as blessed those who have persevered. You have heard of Job's perseverance and seen what the Lord finally brought about. The Lord is full of compassion and mercy. Waiting. Nobody likes to do it. I can't stand to wait. It drives me crazy. My dad had this weird habit. Anytime we had to go somewhere, he had to get there between 30 to 45 minutes early. We had a doctor's appointment at 9. We were there at 8:30 or 8:15. I have taken that up on myself. It's just kind of become a part of me. If someone is late by 1 or 2 minutes, it really drives me nuts. Is anybody else like that? Say amen. Amen. All right, there you go. All right. It just drives me crazy. I don't like to wait. There was a well-known preacher in the 1800s. His name was Philip Brooks. He was a very mild-mannered, meek, humble individual. And one day, people were surprised because he was angry and out of sorts, and he was just beside himself. And people asked him, what's wrong with you today? And Philip Brooks says, I am in a hurry, and God isn't. You know, we all suffer from weight loss. Now, believe it or not, but we all do. And patience and being impatient and struggling with the clock and looking at your phones and trying to find out when things are over, when things are going to get to it, is very present in America. There are other countries that can wait very well. But Americans, we don't wait well. In fact, we bow to a God named now. Your worst financial decision is because of the word now. You bought something that you didn't have the money to buy, right? Because you needed to win. Now. Obsession with sports. If you're not winning now, you're going to get fired, right? Mike Mularkey. I'm not a big Mike Mularkey fan, but 2 weeks ago, we beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and everybody was excited for the Titans. And the owner came out and said, just to eliminate any distractions moving forward, Mike Mularkey is our head coach. And will be our head coach moving forward. The very next week, we play the Patriots, and we get killed. Mike Mularkey gets fired. You know, it's interesting. Beat the Chiefs, everybody loves you. Lose to the Patriots, yeah, you're a jerk. You know, it's a win-now situation in sports. Politics. You vote for the guy that's going to fix it when? Fix it now. And as soon as you invite that person, he's on the clock. He's got a week, a month, certainly not a year. I mean, you got to do something now. And if he doesn't do it now, then he's failed. You come to church 2 Sundays in a row. You struggle with a problem for 20 years, a habit that you've had for 20 years, and you think in 2 Sundays everything's going to be fine. That's just kind of the way we are. The service must be fast. It's got to be quick. It's got to, we got to get out of here. It's just part of it. I had a guy one time get up and leave during my sermon. Just left right in the middle of it. I asked him, I said, hey, where are you going? He said, to go get a haircut. I said, well, why didn't you get one before you came? He said, I didn't need one before I came. We want everything really fast. In fact, I'm going to give you a little test. Okay? I'm going to give you a little test. Imagine coming up on a red light. 2 lanes. Each lane has a car. How many of you begin to decide in your mind and decipher in your mind which car is going to leave the fastest? And you get in that lane. How many of you do that? Raise your hand. Yes. All right, there's a few honest folks, the rest of you are sinners. But yeah, we all do that. Or what about the grocery store? Oh, I know everybody's guilty of that. You have a few items in your basket. You want to get out. You go to the express line, and you're sitting there, and you're waiting. You're actually standing, but you're waiting there, and there's that person in front of you. 15 items or less. How many of you count the items in their basket? Yes. Absolutely. Or I know everybody does this. You find the shortest line possible at the grocery store. You get in that shortest line, and all the time you're looking down at cashier number 5, wondering, what if I'd have been at number 5, I'd have been up there sooner. We all do that. We all want things really fast. Perk Plus, the #1 selling shampoo, it came out, and they had this revolutionary idea. Used to you would shampoo, rinse, condition, and rinse. Perk Plus said, hey, we'll just shampoo and condition at the same time, and then you can rinse. Fastest selling shampoo, because they combined 2 things, and we were able to save some time. Domino's Pizza, they had a motto that was kind of groundbreaking. It says, we don't sell pizza, we sell convenience. If you've had their pizza, you know that they're telling the truth. But it's just one of those things. And the question is faster better? Not always. Maybe sometimes we think it is. And I will say this, does the worship of saving time really save your souls? It doesn't. In fact, James, that we just read, says in the context that when we are frustrated, when we are impatient, it makes us grumble and complain, which leads us to griping and blaming. We get in these situations where it's everybody else's fault. Heard an example of a mama putting her little boy to bed one night. She's putting him to bed. She says, honey, I'm not going to be able to take you into school tomorrow. I've got a doctor's appointment, but Daddy's going to take you. And he said, oh, Mama, don't do that. I don't want my dad to take me. And she said, well, why not? He's a good driver. He's a safe driver. He'll get you to school. And he said, oh, Mama, every time I get in the car with Dad, there's more idiots on the road. We all struggle with waiting. Everybody does. We all struggle with impatience. And patience is a good thing, but no one wants to pray for it, right? I don't know how many times in my life I've actually prayed, God, make me more patient. I say, God, just get it done over with. God, just do something now. Move. Make it happen fast. And you can only learn patience when you absolutely need it. And I've noticed as I'm getting a little bit older, the situations when it comes to waiting are going to come whether we like them or not. You're going to be faced with impatient times whether you want to face it or not. And Satan always shows up for the quick fix. He always does. You're single. You're looking for the relationship that's supposed to fulfill you. You want to get married. You want to do things right. And Satan says, why wait? And so you wake up in a bed with someone you barely know. All for a quick fix. You want it, but you can't afford it. So you pull out a credit card and make yourself go into deeper and deeper into debt and deeper into bondage. You have personal demons and hurt and pain that you can't deal with. And so what do? In order to get rid of this problem quickly, you bury yourself into a bottle or you take a few more pills and just numb the pain. Your marriage is struggling and things just don't seem to be working out. So instead of fighting through it and going through counseling, you say, well, I'm just going to walk away and I'll feel a little bit better for just a little bit longer. Satan always offers the quick fix. DJ learned how to drive last year. It was an exciting experience. One that I enjoyed and look forward to for the next 2 kids. And DJ actually wasn't too bad. But there was this one moment, we were driving in Fairview, just me and him in the Honda Odyssey that we let him drive. And we came across a 25 mile per hour zone. And we were doing speed limit. But there was a guy behind us that didn't want to do the speed limit. He got right on our tailgate, right on our bumper. And DJ said, Dad, there's a guy right behind me. He wants to go faster. He's blinked his lights at me. And I said, just pull over, buddy, and I'll tell him, a few things. Now, I said, DJ, and I don't know where I came up with this. It wasn't me. It had to be God. I said, don't ever let anyone intimidate you to go faster than you really need to. But yet we do that, don't we? See, we suffer from weight loss. But God specializes in weight gain because God is the I am. There's nothing impossible for Him. He can take care of anything. He can take care of any problem and any deficit. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. It could take 1 day. It could take 1 year. It could take 50 years. But the question that we always seem to come up with when it comes to God is, God, why do you slow cook when I want a microwave? Why do you use a crock pot and I use an instant pot? Why do you have to wait so long to get things done? Because God specializes in character, not comfort. You can't build character instantly. It takes some time. And there are some things you can only do by waiting. Have you ever been to a mall and you've seen you pass the store that does ear piercings and stuff, and it says something like, ears pierced while you wait? I don't know how else you can get them pierced. I don't know if you take them off and give them to them, say, hey, can you get those done? I'll come back and pick them up. But there are certain things that you're just going to have to wait for. You can't get everything today. You can't get everything tomorrow. You have to wait, and God specializes in this. And if you're a good parent, you're not going to give your kid everything they want when they want it. Amen? Get that through your thick heads, kids. It's not going to happen. In fact, if you do that, you're going to have spoiled brats. And God's like that. Doesn't God do the same thing? He makes us wait because He knows that things are going to be produced. James 1 says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Romans 5, not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. Big secret today. You're not in control. You can't control life. Things happen. Things happen that drive you crazy. There are things that will happen that will drive you to your knees. So how do you wait? William Barclay, in his commentary on James, came up with these 3 points. It says, not original, I'm borrowing it from Dr. Barclay. And he says, this is how we need to wait. We need to wait actively. That waiting isn't a passive thing. Waiting is just, we do something while we wait. We don't just sit there like a bump on a log or sit in a rocking chair. We actually do something. New York Times did an article about the Houston airport. People were complaining about that they were waiting too long to get their baggage from baggage claim. And so they hired more people to cut down the wait at baggage claim. They cut it down to 8 minutes. It only took you 8 minutes to pick up your bag. And people still complained. They found out what was happening. People would get their baggage claim in 1 minute and wait for 7 minutes. And so the Houston airport decided to do this. They decided to take the baggage claim and move it on the other side of the airport. So people would get off their airplane, walk all the way across the airport, and get there in about 8 minutes, and they would get their bag, and nobody ever complained. And so they found out that it's not how long you wait is not the issue, but it's what you do while you wait is the problem. James says this, see how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and spring rains. We need to wait actively. The farmer does things. He's waiting for his harvest, but he tills the ground, he plants the seed, he fertilizes, he waters, he's active, he's doing things, and we have to trust in God while we are doing something. We need to continue worshiping Him, continue studying, continue praying, and we know that God is going to come through for us. We know that. And we wait actively. We're waiting. And there are things that we can do. We wait on the Lord so great things can happen. Dr. Barclay also says that we need to wait purposely, just like the prophets. It says in verse 10, brothers and sisters, as an example of patience in the face of suffering, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord. As you know, we count as blessed those who have persevered. The New Testament mentions that the prophets suffered 11 different times. Bad things do happen to good people. And that stinks. Amen? It hurts. There are people right now in this auditorium, people in our church family, that this very Sunday morning are suffering. Gail England, every Sunday, tells me about John Bobanks, her daddy. Daryl Robertson lost a niece unexpectedly. Susie and Marie lost Lynn this past week. There are people that are waiting. There are people that are suffering. But we know that there is a purpose in this. In fact, the prophet's message endured because they endured. They never quit on God because God never quit on them. They know that God's going to be there. Parents, have you ever had to hold your child down at the doctor's office in order for him to get a shot? You remember those moments? Susie had to do that to me about a year ago, you know? But, because I had this, I don't even know how to describe this, but I had this big toe that was infected, and it hurt. And I let it go for weeks and months, and it was ugly, it was nasty, and finally we went to the doctor, and man, you know, anyway, I'm not going to describe it, but I mean, I was like a crying baby, and Susie had to hold my hand. It's okay, you know, and we need to wait with purpose because we know that we have a good Father in heaven, just like you're a good dad and a good mom, and you know there are certain things that causes us pain, but there will be eternal gain. That you know that there are things that you just have to do. And when you realize this, it's not why me, God, but what do you want me to do with this, God? James 1, blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love Him. So we need to wait actively. We need to wait purposely. We need to wait expectantly, just like Job did. You've heard of Job's perseverance and have seen what the Lord finally brought about. Sometimes it's easier to wait when you know what you're waiting for. Sometimes knowing that there's an end in sight, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, makes the waiting a little bit easier. Doesn't make it okay, or I can get through it, or that's no big deal. It makes it easier because you know that there is an end game. But that word finally is a very hard word, isn't it? I mean, it's tough. But God's waiting on us. He's patient with us, and therefore we should be patient with Him. But it doesn't make it any easier. Waiting is very tough. Have you ever asked the question, how long, Lord? How long? You ever watched the TV and asked how long? You ever listened to the radio and asked how long? You ever looked on Facebook and Twitter and you asked how long? How long? How long is it going to be? See, you and I know something. We know that evil never lets up. And we know that evil doesn't cower in fear of us. We know that things are hard. But we do know this, that we have a good Father and He's coming back to us. You ever had your child and lost him in a crowd? At a soccer game, at a grocery store, at a mall, and you tell that child, hey, you stay right here, I'll be right back, I've got to go to the bathroom, or I'm going to go over here, you just stay right here, and you come back to that spot, and what happened? That kid's wandered off. Maybe he went to the toy aisle, maybe he went to go see some kind of shiny object like a squirrel or something, and he just disappeared. And all of a sudden you are going nuts, you're going crazy, and you look for your child, and you look, and finally you found him, and you said, why did you leave? And the kid says, well, I thought you left me. And you want to grab him by the face and spank the daylights out of him. No, you want to look at him and you want to say, I was coming back. I'll never leave you. You see, when Dad says He's coming back, He's coming back. And when God says He's coming back, He's coming back. It says at the very beginning, be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. He's coming. He will keep His promise. Romans 8, as we get ready to close. For in this hope we were saved, but hope that is seen is no hope at all. Who hopes for what they already have? But if we hope for what we do not have, we wait for it patiently. We know that the end is coming. That's why some of you can make it through today. That's why some of you can keep on marching on, because you know that until the Lord's coming, you know that right now we have a hope that we do not have, but we know that it's going to be present. We can see it. There's a Christian author by the name of Joni Eareckson Tada. When she was a young teenage girl, she was in a diving accident and paralyzed her from the neck down. Terrible life. A lot of pain. Joni could not even feel bruises or abrasions on her body. She couldn't feel pain at all. The only way she knew that she was hurt is that she could feel that her pulse started beating a little bit quicker. And so she knew something was wrong. And every day she had a friend by the name of Francie would come over. And on this particular day, Francie came over 3 times to check her. She would take her out of the bed and put her on the floor and completely take off all of Joni's clothes and look for the bruises and the abrasions. And that day was particularly rough. She rolled Joni back over on her back, and Joni yelled out loud to God, God, why are you doing this to me? I want this over. Tired of it. I don't want to be paralyzed anymore. And Francie looked at her and said, I bet you can't wait for the resurrection. She began to cry. And she remembered those verses about waiting for an inheritance that will never spoil, fade, or perish. There are things worth waiting for. The one thing that's worth waiting for is heaven. There's nothing else better. And I know right now that there are some of you that are struggling with things. We're going to get our elders and their wives and staff and their spouses. If y'all can gather around the room, we're going to have a time of prayer. If you are struggling with life, if something has beat you up and beat you down, we want you to go to one of these people. We'll pray with you. If you need prayers of the whole church, we want you to come and we'll pray for you as an entire body. and we'll wait with you. We'll pray with you. And if you've never accepted Jesus Christ as your Savior through baptism, you don't need to wait any longer. Because it's the best thing going today. So if you could, go ahead and please stand. If you need help waiting, if you're struggling, if you're carrying a burden, please come to the front, come to one of us, and we'll pray with you.
Hide me now under your wings. Cover me within your mighty hand. When the oceans rise and thunders roar, I will soar with you above the storm. Father, you are king over the flood. I will be still and know you are God. Find rest, my soul, in Christ alone. Know His mind in quietness and trust. When the oceans rise and thunders roar, I will soar with you above the storm. Father, you are king over the flood. I will be still and know you are God. When the oceans rise and thunders roar, I will soar with you above the storm. Father, you are king over the flood. I will be still and know you are God. I will be still and know you are God. Have a seat.
We have a few folks that we want to pray for today, and we're going to ask Daryl DeMovering to come up and say that prayer for us. First of all, Charlie Goad had surgery this morning in Vanderbilt. There is a very large infection on his foot that may possibly lead to him losing his leg all the way up to his knee. So he is struggling with that. He's at Vanderbilt this morning, so we need to remember Charlie Goad. We also need to remember Gail England's dad. She's asked us specifically to pray for him. He continue to get worse. His name is John Wilbanks. John Wilbanks. Daryl Robertson had a niece that was having dialysis just a couple of days ago. It failed, and she died unexpectedly. So we're going to pray for Daryl and his family. Also, Marie and Susie lost Lynn. Lynn is Marie's daughter-in-law, and so their family is struggling. So we're going to pray, and Simi has come forward, and Simi has said something that probably every single one of us in this room can say, that he needs prayers for patience. That sometimes he wants things his way. His way isn't the right way. And I would imagine that every one of us can raise our hand on that. So we're going to ask Daryl to come up and lead us in prayer.
Bow with me, please. Father, we know any given day there's so many of us who are struggling with various things in our lives, whether health related, the loss of someone that's so special to us, financial issues that we deal with personally. Father, we know we can come to you. You hear us. know Simi is such a special young man. He's meant so much to us over the years. We know his struggles. But Father, we know you're there for him. Let Simi feel that. Let him have that patience. Let him have that understanding that in all times you're there. Father, for Marie, Susie, and the Youngman's family, for Jen and Britt and Meg, just please be with them. There's so much. Comfort them as the God of all comforts. Let them feel your presence and your power. For Daryl and Lily, it's so hard when someone you love leaves us here. Father, we are confident. Paul told us that you're coming back. We won't precede those who've fallen asleep in you. Brother, Father, they'll be resurrected. We'll rise together, and we together will be with you forever. And so we are encouraged by those words. To know, Father, that you are there, and that you will bring us back to you. So comfort Daryl and Lily as well in what they're suffering. Father, for those unspoken needs today, be with each of us and guide us, guard us, strengthen us, and help us, Father, in our daily walk to be more like your Son, in whom we pray. Amen.
I've just got a couple of announcements that I need to make. Wednesday night, we're back with our meals, and we want you to sign up for that. If you need to, you can text me or email me, and we'll get you on the list. Wednesday night is a great time to come out and study the Word together. And we got classes for all ages, Sunday school classes. We have fantastic classes. You need to be here on Sunday school. If you don't come on Sunday school, you need to be here. It's a good, deep Bible study, lots of classes. We have small groups that are starting up. This Tuesday night, Diana Blinds is starting up her supper and study for the ladies at 6:30 at her house. And we want to encourage you to do that. We also have a men's breakfast small group that is starting this Monday. It's tomorrow at 7:15 at the Cracker Barrel up here on Charlotte. Jason will be heading that up. And that'll be every week, every Monday, 7:15 at the Cracker Barrel. And Western Hills is a great place. We want y'all to be part of it. This is a good family, good people that are flawed, but man, we love each other.
Seldom do I get a chance, but this morning I just want to say thank you to our media team back there. You guys do such a great job. Appreciate it. And our singers and musicians. For Jeffrey Andrews, one of our members here, who is so gifted and blessed us so many times. And to live in a city where you can just drive down the street and grab somebody like Bruce and Lisa to be part of this assembly, we just thank God for the gifts that He's laid around us. We want to take advantage of those and use them for His glory. Now there's a song we're going to end with. Everybody stand up. There's a song we sing from time to time, and every time we sing it, there's an empty spot in my heart about it, because it should be done with a flute and a violin, and we've never been able to do that. So this morning we're going to close with this song. Still